This is Bobby Huff, total legend, and this is his channel. If you haven't seen it, it's absolutely incredible. You gotta go subscribe to it and watch all his videos. This is Bobby's Sphere LX. He's let me give it a go. So like any good gear maniac, I immediately said yes to the opportunity and decided to put it through its paces. Speaking of immediately, you should have immediately hit the like button for this video. If you haven't, do so now. Secondly, as we go through this video, I'm gonna be giving you my unadulterated, completely honest opinion, and I'd really love to read your honest opinion in the comments below. So let me know what you think of this mic. Are modeling mics the future? Yes or no, you tell me. And finally, to support the channel further, go to thestevekinney.com where you can find my latest presets for the UAD 2 platform, Luna templates, gear that I use in the studio, or if you want to book one-on-one time with me, you can find my Calendly and just book directly. And while you're at it, please subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all things UAD and Luna. So it seems like everyone and their brother really tries to follow in the footsteps of Apple with their sleek packaging, but that honestly doesn't matter at all. The question is, does it sound good? But in the box, you're gonna find a carrying case, the dual power / mic cable. They also give you a mic stand mount, but no shock mount. Honestly, that's already a little bit of a disappointment. The mic is about $1,000, so why do you not have a shock mount included for that at that price? That's just not cool, but I digress. Setting up the mic is incredibly easy. You plug the one side into the microphone, and then you plug the other two ends of the cable into your interface, turn on phantom power, and then launch the Sphere plugin app. The app itself is largely very straightforward. You just pick your mics that you want. You can adjust things like proximity effect, change the polar patterns, all stuff you'd normally do in real life, and you have the option of doing this all inline with console or inline inside of Luna, and you can print this in real time, or you can decide to do this all later in post, and that's where everything gets very weird. You see, the thing is, the mic on its own already sounds incredible. So without the plugin on, this is actually what the mic would sound like overall, because it's kind of like got two capsules, right? So you're gonna hear like a left-right kind of thing, and the fancier version, you can actually record in stereo, and that's really, really cool. On this one, it basically is supposed to be summed down to mono. First workflow, really, is to just have it in this record slot, or if you're in console, you would have it in record mode if you're in like Pro Tools or Logic. Pretty cool. Definitely not that one. I actually have one of these mics somewhere, or sorry, an earlier version. All right, now let's move this guy down here. Run that back. Now, with some trickery, you can actually just make this completely act as if it's its own mic. You basically split the track into two mono tracks. So they could have easily just simply made this a mic and given it a name, and it would have stood out like a sore thumb in the long list of mics that you can choose from today. It would have been highly regarded as a great mic. And while the models of the high-end microphones that it's emulating also sound good, as I was toying with this the more and more, I started to realize what this review is actually about. You see, normally if you have a microphone, you plug it in, you record it, it's printed, it's saved, it's done. There's no choice to change any of the parameters after the fact, and if you wanted to, you would just have to redo the recording. That's pretty obvious. And with these modeling microphones, sure, you could still do that. That still could be your workflow. You could just load the plugin into Console and choose your settings and print it and be done with it. But why would you do that? That's defeating the purpose of this mic. And to some degree, it kind of defeats the purpose of the Apollo's unison feature as well. That's a whole nother topic. So naturally, if you have this microphone, you're not going to commit to your sounds on the front side. What you're going to do is monitor it and then load the plugin again in post, which means for a guy like me, I'm going to spend an infinite amount of time in post auditioning microphones, auditioning choices, tweaking until my heart's content. Now, I'll admit that this flexibility is absolutely awesome. It's incredible to be able to do that. And I could also see, on the other hand, how for some producers or some engineers, this might give you decision fatigue. But at any rate, I definitely see a real use case for these microphones. For high-end professionals, the kind of professionals that you'd see running Blackbird Studios, for example, I see this mic as being somewhat of a luxury item for microphone shootouts. You know, when you don't really know what mic is gonna work best on your singer, pop one of these up and start clicking through and seeing what you like, and then pull the mic out and put the real one in. This would be a really super efficient way of doing that process. For home studios, enthusiasts, prosumers, a major advantage to having this microphone is going to be the ability to fix flawed recordings in post. Say you chose the wrong mic, you can swap it out, fix the sound, there you go. Maybe your singer sang a little too close to the mic, adjust the proximity knob, there you go, problem solved. And finally, the last scenario isn't really applicable to the LX, but its bigger brother, the DLX. As a professional, being able to record in stereo, say on a guitar or drum overheads, obviously that requires technical precision to keep things in phase. And with the DLX, you can record in stereo, perfect phase every time, and you only need to set up one mic. It's an immense value for seriously that alone. So to recap, it's an absolutely fantastic sounding mic on its own. The models bring a little extra character and vibe, as with any sort of UA modeling. It's great, it sounds good. There's no debating that. It's a good mic. There's some real advantages to having this microphone for sure. I could see it making its way into my workflow, particularly for the drum recording or for stereo guitars. The only real question is the workflow right for you? And only you can answer that. Now, just a quick reminder, if you've decided the workflow is for you and you want to pick one up, I put a link in the description below where you can pick one up at Sweetwater today. Clicking that link helps the channel tremendously. So thank you in advance to anyone who does use the link and does pick up the microphone. I really think you're gonna love it. That's about all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these mics, all the modeling mics. Let me know your favorite one. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers, guys.